The opposite of peace. They pulled away, they let them have it. And we'll have a board, and one of the people that wants to be on the board is the UK former Prime Minister, Tony Blair, good man, very good man, and some others. And they'll be named over the next few days.
And negotiator on various conflicts, not only the Middle East, but for studies.
University, yeah. I studied journalism.
Lovely. Lily just wants to... Well, Blair was extremely ineffective for many years as the special envoy to the Quartet, being the body that is the US, UN, EU and Russia that were meant to give a serious push to the peace process. And it was basically defunct after him, and I would say that even he was a colossal failure. So the problem is that unless this is a second chance for him to potentially redeem himself and do something good, but he really needs to be backed up by members of the board from the neighbouring states, Egypt and Jordan, and from the key Gulf states that have a stake in this, that namely Qatar, the UAE and Saudi Arabia.
I see, yeah. Other Blair.
Oh, I don't think the Palestinians trust him at all. I think they view him as a colossal failure during the time that he was the Quartet envoy, and they're extremely worried about it. If you look at the reactions both in the West Bank and in Gaza today in the streets, they've been very negative. There's tremendous anxiety about not just him, but just about the whole likelihood that this plan will end up in a viable Palestinian state. There was no mention of the West Bank in the plan. Finished at 11:30, and then they said it's fine, and they wanted to ask, well, it's also pre-recorded, and they said, I said, I think he asked for it. I mean, he asked for it also of George W. Bush at the end of his term as Prime Minister in 2007. And also Trump stated as such. He said it crystal clearly. He said, Tony Blair has asked me to join the board, and I have agreed, so I think the idea came from him, not the other way around. I mean, some of the books are here, some of them are there. He joined George W. Bush in the war in Iraq without any evidence. I mean, he said there was evidence of nuclear weapons, or weapons of mass destruction, and then it turned out there wasn't. So clearly there was an issue there. They also went to war without a United Nations Security Council backing. It was they sought it, they didn't get it, and then they went there. And look at where Iraq is at today. So clearly that's hanging over him. Yes.
Words for sound, please.
Right, my name's Tony Blair. I'll speak round about this.
We've all been trying to call for restraint and de-escalation, but the reality, I'm afraid, right now is that the situation is escalating and not de-escalating.
President Trump didn't say he was going to lead the effort, but that's the impression all of us have gotten, and that's what we were told before the White House announcement. So he's certainly going to be more than a member of the Board of Peace. He's been slated to have a lead role, and I think that's potentially very problematic. I mean, he has very close business ties in the Gulf, and he's actually in charge, or the Board of Peace is actually in charge of the funds and the reconstruction. Not so, I think, what has Blair got to do with reconstruction? It's not really his main area of expertise.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming in.